As lawmakers prepare to vote in Yeouido, we head over to Yongsan now, where the presidential office awaits the outcome of the session. We have our senior presidential office correspondent Oh Soo-young standing by. Soo-young, what's the atmosphere like now with less than half an hour until the second motion to impeach the president begins?
Hi, Dongmin. So it's a quiet but tense atmosphere as we can only wait and watch what result awaits the president. And while we, the press, are working away here at the press office, while the president's aides are known to have they're all known to be at the presidential office today, but keeping low-key as usual. And I was told that presidential secretaries are convening in the afternoon to monitor and review the situation and, of course, the result of the impeachment vote as well when it's out. As for the president, it seems he'll be watching from his official residence at Hannam-dong in Yongsan-gu District. And while there won't be a statement from him before the vote, of course, we can't rule out the possibility that there may be a statement from the office following the impeachment vote, as there was with former President Park Geun-hye when she was impeached 8 years ago.
The last time we heard from President Yoon himself was on Thursday, where he gave an almost half-hour televised address. Just briefly, let's go over the highlights of the speech and what this indicates about his position.
Sure, Dongmin. So the main point of President Yoon's 29-minute speech on Thursday was that what he had done, imposing martial law on the nation, was a legal act of governance. That's what he claims. And he put most of the blame on the opposition parties, saying that it was their unconstitutional actions that had attempted to impeach him and his officials time and time again, as well as obstruct his major policies. So basically, he was saying that he was using his executive right to impose martial law and that he had no intention of disturbing the constitutional order. He insisted that it was a political decision made legally under his executive authority. So his speech it seemed to be an attempt to defend and justify himself as investigators close in on him on charges of possible insurrection. And as he said that he would fight to the end, that indicates that he would not resign, but rather face impeachment proceedings.
What are the consequences for the president today? What powers would he continue to retain if he is or isn't impeached?
Well, if President Yoon is impeached, then the National Assembly would then deliver a resolution that they have decided on impeaching him to the presidential office, and that would effectively strip him of his powers for up to 180 days during the time that the Constitutional Court deliberates on their ruling. And last time when this happened with former President Park Geun-hye, it took about 3 hours for that document to reach the presidential office. Only President Yoon's title as the executive would be retained, and the actual authority would then fall under the interim leader, who would be Prime Minister Han-dong. So the suspended president will not be able to exercise any powers, including diplomatic authority, appointment or dismissal of public officials, or command of the armed forces. He also would not be able to receive reports or give orders to public officials, such as the Prime Minister, of course, and cabinet ministers. However, the president would be entitled to protocol privileges, such as residing in the presidential residence, using official vehicles and aircraft, as well as receiving security protection. The court's ruling took 63 days for former President Roh Moo-hyun and 92 days for former President Park Geun-hye. If President Yoon, though, is not impeached, then he would retain his title, of course, but then we do have to consider that his credibility and ability to govern might be damaged, as investigations into his insurrection charges would continue and possibly lead to an arrest. If he's arrested, then the question would be whether he's judged to be temporarily unable to perform duties, or whether this creates a so-called vacancy. In the first case, if he's deemed unable to perform duties in line with Article 71 of the Constitution, then Prime Minister Han-dong would again take over as interim leader. But in the second scenario, if his arrest is deemed a vacancy, then an election must be called within 60 days.
Well, thank you, Soo-young, for the updates. That was our presidential office correspondent Oh Soo-young reporting live from Yongsan.